Hello students, again I am there for your next video lecture which is based on centripetal and centrifugal forces. In the last lecture we have seen UCM and non-UCM, that is uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion, distinguish between them. So uniform circular motion is nothing but the motion of a body along the circumference of a circle with constant angular speed. Here it is not constant, it is variable. In UCM alpha is equal to 0, in non-UCM alpha is not equal to 0. In UCM you have work done by tangential force is equal to 0, there it is not equal to 0. And the best example of UCM is earth moving around the sun, and here it is VCM, which is vertical circular motion. Now in today's point or in today's topic we are going to see centripetal and centrifugal forces. So our next topic is centripetal and centrifugal forces. So based on this topic, two questions will be asked. The first question is, what do you mean by centripetal force? Derive expression for it. And the second question is, distinguish between centripetal and centrifugal forces. So first we will see centripetal force. So centripetal force, it is denoted by FCP. Definition and derivation. The definition of it is very simple, which is C. The force acting on the particle moving along the circumference of a circle, or you can say the force acting on the particle performing circular motion and directed towards center is known as centripetal force. Now this force is necessary for the particle to perform circular motion. If the particle wants to perform circular motion, this force is compulsory for the particle if it wants to perform circular motion. Now see, this force varies accordingly. Means, for example, if you consider that a bus or a car is taking a turn towards left, means it is taking a curve towards left, means it is performing a circular motion. So in that case the necessary centripetal force is provided by the frictional force. If you consider that the planets are moving around the sun, means the necessary centripetal force is provided by the gravitational force. If you consider that the electrons are moving around the nucleus, then the necessary centripetal force is provided by electrostatic force of attraction between electrons and protons which are present in nucleus. So in this way it varies, but for a particle to perform circular motion, the force which is compulsory is nothing but centripetal force, and it is a real force. Okay, now let's derive expression for it. See, you all know force is equal to mass into acceleration. So suppose you want to derive FCP. How you will say? FCP is equal to m into ACP. What is this ACP? Nothing but this ACP is centripetal acceleration. I will explain it over here. See, ACP, centripetal acceleration, or it is also known as radial acceleration. Centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration. In the last lecture for that non-UCM we have seen, for UCM we have seen that AR is present in both. What is the centripetal or radial acceleration? The particle performing uniform circular motion, the acceleration present in the particle performing uniform circular motion is known as centripetal acceleration. Not uniform, you can say the particle performing circular motion, the acceleration present in it is known as ACP or centripetal acceleration, which is directed towards the center. Means, see, suppose this is R bar, this is A position, B position, this is initial, this is final position. Then ACP is directed towards center, hence it is known as centripetal acceleration, and it is along the radius, hence it is known as radial acceleration. So you can define it again. The acceleration of a particle performing circular motion directed towards center along radius is known as centripetal acceleration. Okay, this you have derived in 11th standard. What is that? ACP, nothing but equal to, if you write the vector form, minus of r omega square, or you can say minus omega square r bar. Magnitude form, ACP is equal to r omega square. Okay, you can substitute, but V equal to R omega, so therefore omega is equal to V by R. So if you substitute, ACP is equal to R into V square upon R square, or V square upon R. Substitute this formulas over here, you will get the value of FCP. So FCP is equal to M into R omega square, or M into, you can substitute as V square upon R. So this is the formula for FCP. Again you can substitute, but omega is equal to 2 pi n. So you can write it as FCP is equal to mr omega square mv square upon r, or mr 2 pi n whole square, right? Or you can write it as mr omega square mv square upon r, or mr into 4 pi square n square. So this question will be asked for 2 marks. What do you mean by centripetal force? Derive expression for it. Definition, what you can write: the force acting on the particle performing circular motion directed towards center is known as centripetal force. You can draw this figure again and you can show the direction towards the center. This force is necessary for the particle to perform circular motion, and you can derive the expression over here. Okay, ACP is what I have explained it over here. This you have already done in 11th standard, but just to explain how it has come. Okay, the next is nothing but FCF, which is centrifugal force. No derivation for it. You just have to write the definition and some examples of centrifugal forces. So see, so second force is centrifugal force, which is denoted by FCF bar. What you can say? The force acting on a particle performing circular motion directed away from center is known as centrifugal force. It is a pseudo force. It is not a real force. The best example of it is what? See, while traveling in a car, if the car takes a sudden jerk towards left, we feel a pull towards right. If it takes a jerk towards right, we feel a pull towards left. No one is pulling us, but we feel that pull in outward direction. So that is nothing but a centrifugal force. When you sit in merry-go-round also, when it is moving with variable velocity, what happens? You feel an outward pull as though someone is throwing you outside. So that is also the best example of centrifugal forces or false forces. The vector form of it, FCF bar, is equal to plus mv square upon r naught cap. For centripetal force it is minus. Why? Because see, this force is directed, again you can say this is A initial, B final, O is the center, this is FCP bar, and outward it is FCF bar, and R bar is also outward direction. So as radius vector and centrifugal force is having same direction, which is outward, you can say FCF bar is plus mv square upon r naught cap. For FCP you can say, if you write FCP bar, which is minus of mv square upon r naught cap, where r naught cap is the unit vector along radius vector. It is minus because FCP and r bar are in opposite direction. FCP is towards center, r bar is away from center. FCF and r bar both are away from center, so it gets plus mv square upon r. Okay, so only this, the definition, the formula of it, and 2 to 3 examples. No question will be asked. Now last question from this is nothing but distinguish between centripetal and centrifugal forces. Okay, now just remember one point. This is a pseudo force, and the both forces are having same magnitude of mv square upon r, but the direction is opposite. Okay. Now last we will see distinguish between centripetal and centrifugal forces. So here we will see FCP, and here we will see FCF. First point in this is nothing but the definition point. FCP, what you can write? The force acting on the particle performing circular motion directed towards center is known as centripetal force. The force acting on the particle performing circular motion directed away from center is known as centrifugal force. Second point, you can say the vector form of it, FCP bar is equal to minus of mv square upon r naught cap. FCF bar is equal to plus mv square upon r naught cap. Okay, this is the second. Third, it is a real force, it is a pseudo force. And fourth point is, it is considered in inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference. And it is considered in non-inertial frame of reference. Okay, what is inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of reference? In inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws holds good or Newton's laws are obeyed, and in non-inertial frame of reference, Newton's laws are not obeyed or Newton's laws does not holds good. So this is one of the distinguished point. So distinguished points are 4, the marks will be 2. So today we have covered what is centripetal and centrifugal forces, distinguish between them. In tomorrow's lecture we will see banking of roads. I think in the first lecture I skipped that topic, but there you have that banking of roads topic. On that 3 questions will be asked. One is, what do you mean by banking of roads? Explain necessity of it. Second question is, derive expression. 2 derivations you have. Show that angular banking is independent of mass of vehicle, and derive expression for maximum safety speed on plain horizontal curved road. Okay, so that we will see in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.